is regarding a list that was released yesterday. After the I.N.D.I.A bloc released a list boycotting 14 anchors across 9 news channels, the News Broadcasters and Digital Association has expressed concern, deep concerns over the decision of the I.N.D.I.A bloc to not send their representatives to these shows and events hosted by these 14 journalists and news anchors. They have said that the decision sets a dangerous precedent and goes against the ethos of democracy. This is what we are gathering, and we have CNN News 18's Pallavi Ghosh joining us on this broadcast. Pallavi, this has come in as quite a shocker, the list that has come in yesterday, and the news broadcasters have finally expressed their concerns over this. After all, the journalism is the fourth pillar of democracy. How are we looking at this, and what can we gather from this particular situation right now?
So the NBDA, or the News Broadcasters and Digital Association, is essentially an association which is a representative body for both digital and the TV platforms, and they issued this statement yesterday actually, and in that statement they have condemned this list which has been put out by the India Front, which calls for a boycott of certain anchors and channels on the grounds that they are peddling a false narrative. So basically no representative of India Front is actually going to go on their shows. As expected, it has led to an outrage, with the NBDA being the first one which has issued a statement condemning it, and also at the same time saying that this list must be withdrawn. Politically speaking, if you ask me, well, India Front's argument always has been that there are some who don't represent them correctly, and there is a fake news or a negativity which is peddled by them, and therefore we were forced to take this step. Well, if you look at the BJP and look at the ministers, their counter to all of this is very strong. They are saying that this is something which we can expect from those parties which were a part of the emergency days. And the biggest hit is on the Congress party, saying that, it is an emergency party, and therefore it comes as no surprise that they believe in a boycott culture.
Right, Pallavi. Pallavi, so this decision, this reaction that we have seen from the association right now, how might we expect a kind of reaction coming in from the I.N.D.I.A bloc now to this particular reaction?
Well, since yesterday after this list was out, was actually supporting it. I mean, in fact, this is not a decision which has been taken overnight. At a Mumbai meet, there was a view which was expressed by some from within the Congress, from the I.N.D.I.A party and Mamata Banerjee, is that we need to draw a line. We need to ensure that those who keep on attacking us needlessly and push for fake news, they should never ever get any of our representatives. Now, this decision was kind of crystallized at the coordination committee meeting at Mr. Pawar's residence, and yesterday there was a meeting of the campaign and media committee, and after that this final notification was issued with a list of certain anchors and channels which is going to be totally boycotted by the India Front. So they are defending it. They don't see anything wrong in that. And in fact, they're pointing a finger back at the BJP, saying that they're the last ones to talk about boycotting or twisting the media.
Right, right. Pallavi, do stay with us as we will bring in some more details about this notice that was issued. We have Kuhina Sharma joining us from the newsroom to bring us the exact wordings of that particular letter that has been issued. Kuhina, over to you.
Well, thank you so much, Shreya. Now, in lieu of India bloc boycotting 14 news anchors, the News Broadcasters and Digital Association has released yet another statement suggesting, and I'll read it out for my viewers, that News Broadcasters and Digital Association is deeply anguished and concerned by the decision taken by the India opposition bloc media committee not to send their representatives on the shows and events that are being hosted by certain set of journalists and news anchors. Now, the decision is taken by India Media Committee that sets a very dangerous precedent. Now, the ban on representatives of the opposition alliance from the participating in TV news shows anchored by certain set of top India's TV news personalities goes against the ethos of the democracy. They further let down in their release letter that it betokens intolerance and imperils press freedom. Now, the opposition alliance claims to be the champion of pluralism and a free press, but its decision betrays callous disregard for democracy's most fundamental tenet, the inalienable right to openly express ideas and opinions. Now, these are the statements coming in from the News Broadcasters and Digital Journalists Association. Now, they further let down and say that the boycott of certain journalists and anchors takes the nation back to the emergency era, when the press was gouged and independent opinions and voices were crushed down completely. Now, they further write that NBDA urges the opposition alliance to withdraw its decision over banning and barring the set of journalists and news anchors. Its decision of boycotting certain journalists and anchors, as such a decision would amount to browbeating journalists and stifling freedom of speech and expression of the media.
Kuina, thank you for bringing us all those details, and we will keep a track of how this plays out in the upcoming days. But for now, we're going to slip into a short break. Do stay tuned to CNN News 18 as we bring you all the latest updates right here on the other side.